ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of African Talking Sports. We have our banter back in the house after a brief sabbatical. How are you doing? How was your time off? Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
I'm
tell.
doing great, man. Feeling much better. Kind of been under the weather a little bit, but think been feeling good after drinking some roots.
Honor the weather. Huh?
Yeah, but I'm feeling good, man. I've been on some roots for the past 3 4 days, and it did me some good. It did some good work in my system, so
Well,
feeling good.
welcome back. We're going to jump straight back into the football. We had a lot of games. We had like almost 2 weeks of games within the last 8 9 days. So what we'll do today is do review of maybe 4 games and then run through the scores as we normally do. Read the table and then come back and do a preview of some of the games coming up from Tuesday and Wednesday. We got a whole batch of game. Maybe it won't go in that order, but after like 15 20 minutes, we'll take a bit of a break. All right. So you want to kick us off? Uh, the big one of the big games of the weekend was well, we'll let you go. What was it? Chess. Which one you want to start with?
Let me start with the Chelsea game, right? Let me just delve into that game. Frank Lampard got his work cut out for him. I mean, he got to do something with that team. He have to fix the defense. I think I mentioned this. Should I say I told you so? No, I'm just kidding. Now, but I mentioned this.
With that, I told you so.
No, but I talked about this from the beginning, and I said I think attack wise they're okay. I know the attack now seems to be clicking nowadays, but I always had issues with that defense, and it kind of showed in this game with Leicester. There was a lot of times that Leicester caught up. What's his name? Got Reece James.
Mm.
There's a lot of times players stuck him behind him, or he was just not paying attention, to his side of the field, and I guess I'll post some of it on him, but I think part of it have to do with the fact that he didn't really have any help from was it Hassan Adua who was playing on that
Yeah,
thing?
Hudson the dog was in front of
Yeah.
him.
So he really didn't get any kind of help from Hassan Adua on that end. So I guess probably that's one of the reasons why he struggled with on form Leicester team. But the game, Leicester won the game 2-0. Wilfred Ndidi scored a goal on there, and James Madison also had another goal to round the score up. The game it was like in the 6 minute when Ndidi um, scored that goal. It was a weak shot rather. It wasn't really powerful. I'm assuming he's a right footer because he kicked the ball with his left, and I'm assuming that's his weaker foot. And it went in, and you can't really blame what's his name Eduardo for that goal because first of all the box was too crowded.
Who's Eduardo?
Mendy, his name is Eduardo Mendy, right?
I have no idea what your first name is. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know his name,
uh,
Mendy.
Mendy, yeah, maybe I got that mixed up
I
with
think
what's his
it might be Edouard Mendy.
Edward. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll call him Eduardo.
Mm.
Easier than Edward. But anyway, you can't really blame him for that goal because the box was crowded. He had a lot of people in there. But the thing is, the defense of Chelsea was a bit too static. They they weren't moving, trying to close up the gap because when he struck that ball, he was open. He had time. I mean, even though it was a weak ball, but the ball came across his right and left, and he hit it in, and it went in. So the defense just wasn't reactive enough to at least try to help the goalkeeper. As the game went on, it was all Leicester. Chelsea didn't really do much in that game. I think it was only one time was it Hudson Odoi who hit the side netting. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
the
Early in the first half, I think he did.
Yeah, and I think the best player they had in that game was the goalkeeper. He had some good save where he made himself big. I think was the what's his name go one on one with the number 9 there, Jamie
Vardy.
Vardy. Yeah,
Yep.
where he came out, rushed out, and making himself big. Something he's very good at doing. And he was able to make that save. I think that was like their brightest moment. But other than that, it was all Leicester in that game. After the first goal, 10 minutes later, after that, Madison almost scored with that ball where he hit the crossbar. And if you kind of look at it, he was at the same spot again with, outside the box, nobody on him, and he just sniped it. It was a sniping game almost pretty much for them because nobody was coming out. Defender was standing all around the place. So I guess you know that's the thing about he has to sort out the defense. I don't know, maybe extending into the midfield. I don't want to regurgitate the whole game, but he has to fix that defense. Either they buy somebody that they or either they try to look for somebody to help in the midfield to help what's his name, Reese James on that flank. Because all night long Leicester was attacking from that angle. Talisman missed a goal from that angle. What's the guy named the number? What's it the number? He's a defender. uh she said Jim Justin. He got
Yeah.
yeah,
Justin. But
yeah. I think he's a number two, right? Yeah,
no, I
for
think it's a
Leicester.
number three for them.
Number three, okay.
It's a left
He
back.
yeah, he keep you saw that header where he missed?
Yeah, you know
He,
what though? I'm not going to. I don't think they need to buy any more players. I think they got enough quality in that team. That's a really good
mm,
team. Yeah, I don't think it's anything defensive. It's the whole team. The whole team doesn't look the same. I'm not saying I don't think they should get rid of Frank Lampard. I think like Mikel, he's struggling right now. This is his moment of truth. But the standards are different at Chelsea because of obviously the amount of money they spend. But all my Chelsea friends, including Ty, saying that they should get rid of him. They all have had enough. But you got to be patient. I don't think his whatever he's trying to do is not working. There's no cohesion. Like it was, the confidence is so low, and that's one of the main thing in football. When the confidence is low, there's not much you can do. Players are not in position. They're not confident enough to
mhm.
move off the ball. The midfield is not solid enough. That game should have been like maybe four or
Yeah,
five, one,
I agree.
5-0 would have been a true reflection of the actual football that was played that night. They were nowhere to be seen, and he either get it. I think from now until City, if he doesn't get his act together, they will fire him. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
they'll fire
agree
him.
because he's getting to that point because Chelsea is not one of those teams who's gonna wait around for you to figure something out. So
Yeah.
he got he has to turn it around fast or else after all that spending, even Ziyech is not even looking sharp. I
No,
know
no,
he
it's not. Yeah, nobody is. Nobody is really
uh,
stepping up. No, I don't think people know their roles. I don't think people are confident. Kante, when he played, he didn't play this game, but the last time he played, he wasn't really in the position. Jorginho and Kovacic, they don't look like they're compatible. And then Ty, and a lot of people don't like Rudiger. He's bad. Like, I mean, yeah, I see him play. I don't see him doing anything special, but neither is anybody else on that pitch right now. At least not in the last 4 or 5 games. So nobody out there is actually winning anything or playing. But maybe a little bit in the American kid, the number 10, he's shown flashes of
yeah,
brilliance.
yeah,
But besides that, anyway, let's move on.
yeah,
That's
because that's it's just it is what it is for them, but he has to do something.
Yeah, they suck right
You
now. All right, we'll move. I mean, it's true. They suck. We suck in November and December. We're terrible, and I said it. They suck. Uh, right now, we'll go to the Manchester City and Crystal Palace game. Man City have slowly regained their form. The players they bought have embedded well in. They have Fernandinho in that middle. The Diaz center back they brought, he looked very confident. He's back. And Man City really haven't had their center forwards. Kuhn is always injured. Jesus was in and out of the team, but he's back. He actually started this game with Gudigan. Really, really good play. Crystal Palace, the balls, the show at Arsenal, the way they defended for that 0-0. I mean, they were brilliant. Every set piece, they were good on this game with City. Three of the four goals came from set pieces, two corners. You got that Stone Picking, the number 5, scoring 2 goals on you from set pieces. I mean, if you are,
D. Johnstone.
yeah, Picking scored 2 goals. He scored 2 goals from set pieces. One was a set piece that came out and then they started switching. It was a beautiful goal, by the way. Both of his goals were nice. But if you're Crystal Palace and you got most of the players on that team are tall, if you look at Kouyaté, you look at Benteke, um, I don't know that number, the guy who wears number 5, but he plays in the middle, Milizovic, or he's an Eastern European guy. I think he's Serbian. They're all tall on that team. You can't, if you play Manchester City and they score 3 set piece goals from you, then it's definitely not going to be your night. But one of the special goals of the night, the first goal from Gundogan, not the first goal, but the second goal from Gundogan, very nice. Very, very nice. Townsend had the ball on the edge of the box. He stole it from him. Curler, right tap. The goalkeeper did all he could, but there was nothing he could do. And then at the very end, when it was 3-0, they had a free kick at the edge of the box. Sterling took the ball, placed it confidently, a free kick, top of the net. So it was one of those games that, there were no match for City. I just hope that they had come when they play Arsenal, they were as weak as that, because they cost us 2 points. And then they showed no spine or backbone. But Man City, they are like they have 2 games in hand. I think they will win those games, and rightly so. They're coming by me. I don't like to see them tapping the table, but it looks like they're going to be the one. Anyway, yeah, that was it from the City and Palace game. What about the next game on your docket? What do you have for us?
I got Arsenal and Newcastle. The game it was 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw 2 goals from Aubameyang. Finally, he's starting to hit the back of the net. We hope that it continue on with many, many more.
So, are you believing in my boy Arteta now? Like I tell you to keep the faith.
No. Oh, and that's why I'm not even gonna go.
So you think all these results just coming about because of players and luck?
I think it's because of the performances from the kids. We have to understand that what you're seeing paying dividends here when you see the play making. If you watch that game, you know that there was a lot of link-up play between Saka and Smith Rowe. Even like sometimes the play would start with Smith Rowe, go to Saka, and then Saka would either assist or create a good chance on goal or something like that. And what's paying dividends here, if you ask me, is the youth education, because these boys play together for a long time in the academy. They know
it's just 2 people they don't make up the whole thing.
Yes, but they are the ones driving that team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They put spark. The creative spark of the team is really been down to 2 of them. But don't forget, Thomas Partey was back.
Tierney also has been very, very, very good for us. So I'm not gonna leave him out of that. But I mean, I'm just saying, if you moving that ball, man, our whole attack line has changed since this beginning. Started playing combining play. The movement of Smith Rowe and Saka.
And it has nothing to do with the coach.
I don't know. Because if you think about it, we're not even playing the way we used to play without them. Their movement is making the whole team to move with them. We're not playing in these little side pockets anymore. The ball is moving all across the pitch.
Yeah, but the coach must be telling him he must change something for it to be like that. You can't say when we lose, then it's the coach, but when we win, then it's the kids. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's kind of like you've been trying something that hasn't been working, and you've been searching, and you have no clue. You couldn't figure, and then all of a sudden something.
You stumble on something.
So, yeah, exactly. And when you stumble on that thing, you see it working. What do? You know your job is on the line. What do? You stick with it. You don't try to change it. You just let it work, right? So you can get the win. So that's why you see the play, the movement of these kids, the way all across the pitch. It doesn't matter where Smith Rowe is, whether left, right. The movement is there, and he drives that ball in, and with a run, taking people with him. And when he moved that ball, you see how he runs with the ball like it's glued to his foot. I don't know if you pay attention to that when Smith Rowe.
Yeah. He has a knack. He got close control. His movement is good. I mean, yeah, he plays very good. He plays very good. I want to see we have some tougher games the next 5-6 Premier League games. Not just Southampton. We got We got Southampton away. We got Wolves away. We got Manchester United at home over the next few games, and then we have some tough games. The games we've won are games in a normal season that we should be winning over the last 4 5 games. So we got some real games coming up, but we got more healthy people now.
Mhm.
I will give credit to Arteta, not for
I ain't
even
gonna
for
give you
playing the
credit.
kids, for playing the kids.
You have no choice. Necessity.
Well, he didn't
Sometimes,
have a choice. He could have stuck with the same old players.
well, then he would have lost his job by now because they would have been calling for his head. So he had no choice. It's like he wasn't playing that kid. It just, stuff happened. He was
No,
forced to play that kid, and but
Smith Rowe came from injury. You cannot come from injury. You notice first he started playing him in the Europa Cup. They play
mhm.
him 30 minutes, 60 minutes. Then when he got to match fitness, they play him in the Premier League.
Yeah,
To
but you
extent
really,
he was desperate, but I don't think that he gets no credit. I think he's learned from not just playing the kids and getting people like Pepe and William out of the team that weren't working for us. Uh,
but he was never playing Pepe anyway. So I don't want to
Pepe,
even
no,
talk about Pepe.
Pepe used to
Yeah,
play. I mean, he wasn't doing anything. He was
Pepe
playing like
was a
I said
bench
as a
player. He was not. He's not a big fan of Pepe. If you really think about it,
Pepe is not that good.
I mean, I agree. He's not,
Yeah,
but I'm
he's
saying
not
he's
that
really
good.
not a
So
big fan.
yeah, he's not that good. I said it from the very beginning that England is a good player, but I don't think England is for him. Anyway, if you got anything else, if you got
Yeah, but
anything else to say in the
you
game,
know, Saka goal was a beautiful little goal. The movement, the passing. I enjoyed that goal. I enjoyed the performance of the team. I wanted to just my whole thing here. I really want to talk about a few players. I didn't want to go over the game itself.
yeah.
Cedric was very good on the day,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
I think Arsenal fans shouldn't get carried away trying to throw what's his name Bellerin under the bus. I just think it's one game against a Newcastle team that's not that good.
They're not
So I
very
don't
good
think
now.
we shouldn't get carried away and start throwing another player under the bus because let's see if he can how consistent is Cedric. Um, who else? Thomas Partey was brilliant on the day. Uh,
Always.
he his stopping play, when he interception and how he stopped these guys attack. I mean, he marshaled that midfield and that pass to Aubameyang, that Aubameyang took down and ran and scored. Brilliant pass. I think we're starting to see a little bit more dimension to his game than
Who?
with Thomas Partey.
But he hasn't been fit.
Yeah, yeah,
The man been here for like 18 games. He's played what 3 or 4 games.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
We're starting to see you know, the different dimension opposed to just a guy who sit there and stop player. We're starting to see, that he's capable of hitting some of those passes. And I guess it's giving what's his name, Shaka license to run around. I just hope he learns to, you know, play along with Party and not try to, be so dominant. Um, who else again that I want to give one more? And Tierney always as usual. Tierney has been brilliant. You saw how his little injury scare put everybody on edge.
Yeah, you have no reason to play him in a FA Cup game, play him for 120 minutes.
But that's it, man. But I'm very impressed by the performance. I'm waiting to see, like you said, the next group of Premier League games, how we handle it, how Smith Rowe handle it, and we already know what Saka can do. We know what Tierney can do. They are proving themselves, playing bigger teams. But want to see whether Smith Rowe can actually marshal the team when we're
Mm.
playing, a little bit more tougher team. We're playing Southampton 2 times, right?
Yeah, back to back, one
Yeah.
tomorrow morning and then in the FA Cup and then one. Smith Rowe would be fine. I think he would be a really good player. Now that I've seen more of him. But Smith Rowe before this year is injury prone. So if we are
No, he
depending,
been he been injured for quite a while. So
he's very over the last 2 years since he broke, he's always injured. So you need another player to come in to take that creative burden off him. You cannot put a kid that age with that injury record into put that kind of pressure on him. So we'll see what happens. It looks like we're trying to sign somebody from our feeder club, Real Madrid.
speaking of Real Madrid, we I think what's his name, Taj should take heart because I don't even want to talk about Lampard firing, even though I put my short list up. But I think that if anybody should think about getting fired, is Zizou. I mean,
What?
Madrid has just been pathetic,
Bro,
you know.
please, I
So
beg you, don't even bring that over here. That's
Chelsea,
blasphemy.
Chelsea
Bla-
shouldn't even Chelsea. Don't worry with Chelsea. I think that the Madrid fools
blasphemy,
even worry
blasphemy,
when they're getting beat up by teams that nobody know.
blasphemy. Everybody go down in form. But anyway, on this note, we'll take a quick break and then we will be back. All right, welcome back to the second part of the show. Um, we will go ahead and talk about the last game that we're reviewing, and then from there we'll run through the scores with you guys. Right now, we'll talk about a very, very unlikely result of the round: Liverpool at home to Burnley. Liverpool hasn't scored a goal in 4 games, by the way. Liverpool hadn't lost a game for 3.5 years at home. I had no idea that it was that long. I knew they had a long run. They were trying to match Chelsea's 86 game unbeaten run. Do you know how many games they reached to?
No, I don't know off the top of my head how many games they reached.
Yeah, I think it was in the 60s. It was 60 something. But Liverpool at home to Burnley, an unlikely result. Um, I'm sorry, I just had something come up on my screen here. Yeah. So Liverpool at home to Burnley. Burnley started with the 4-4-2 or 4-4-2 formation. Um, they have Pope and Barnes up front, and then at the back they have me and Tarkowski. They had a solid two backs, two rows of four, and they had those guys pressing.
Not to
Um,
interrupt you, it's 68. That's a lot of games.
yeah, it's a lot of games. I knew it was in the 60s. That's a lot. That's a lot of games to go without a defeat. That's an impressive record,
Very
man.
impressive. Very
Yeah,
impressive.
really impressive. But Liverpool, they rotate a little bit. And I heard some commentators talking about, oh, the disrespect there, Burnley. But I thought the team they put out there was really good. They had Shaqiri on the right. They had Oxlade-Chamberlain in the midfield, he's a really confused footballer when I watch him play. I don't think he's made any progress in his career. I think he's good, but I think he hasn't really
He's a decent
progressed.
squad player if healthy.
Yeah, he gets injured a lot, and I think he's to always as Ox is he's indecisive when he's on the ball. He thinks too much during the game. He doesn't just play like a natural footballer. So his talent never really matched. His potential has never really come out totally. But Origi play. He hasn't started a game for Liverpool since last. I think they said last Christmas. I don't know if they're referring to this Christmas past or 2019 Christmas, but Origi started. Um, Thiago Alcantara also started in the midfield with Jorginho, uh, Wijnaldum. So pretty good team in my opinion. The game started. They played well. They troubled Burnley
Burnley.
a lot. Yeah, they troubled Burnley a lot. They had in the 12th minute though, where's my man? Allison, he went to Buffet song on a ball, and then he made a mistake, and Barnes almost scored on him. That was the one slip. And then in the 46th minute, um, Origi, one of the central defenders from Burnley, tried to make a back pass to his goalie. Origi intercepted the ball 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. I think he did everything right. He curved the ball, but it was such a shot with such a force that it hit the bar and bounced out, and he was unlucky. He had good shots on goal. Liverpool as a whole, even they became Trent Alexander. I saw some criticism of him. I know I saw the
Yeah, but I
stats.
asked you.
Yeah, I saw a lot of stats where I posted one in our group chat where he crossed a lot of ball in the miss. But I saw the game. He really didn't do anything wrong. Defensively, he probably could have been better, but offensively, he was really peppering them in there. He had a shot on goal. They brought some of the big guns in the second half. They took out Origi, they brought in Firmino, they also brought Salah in. Um, and Wijnaldum had this break, from the edge of the Burnley's box, dribbled the whole field, really ran through, square up to uh, to Salah, but and Salah did the best he could, but Nick Pope stopped it. So I mean, as far as what they could have done, I think they did everything in their power. Um, some extra antidotes to this game.
Hmm.
Just at the halftime, one the players got in a scuffle, and then the manager, what's his name? Sean
Some
Dice.
dice, yeah.
Yeah, Sean Dice and Klopp almost fought in a
we
in a
should have seen
tunnel.
a
Yeah,
we should
yeah,
have seen a repeat of Wenger and
Jose.
and Jose.
Yeah, no, but it was really heated. At the end of the game, I think that they're just bad lucky. If you play that game 5 times, I think Liverpool will win it 4 out of 5 times. It was just one of those days where they weren't meant to win. And recently they've been lacking goals a little bit. I think on a lesser level like Chelsea, the players are questioning themselves and their confidence has gone. But they've been at such a high levels for the last 3-4 years, that they're bound to have a dip in form. So
And maybe that's what's happening right now. Playing in all competition at a high
yeah,
level and that many games, sometimes they catch up with your body. Maybe that's what they're going through. And I
yeah.
guess that's why he's club trying to manage by playing, Origi, what's his name, the
Ox,
Ox and them. So
Shakiri, yeah.
yeah, because Shakiri don't really play a lot of except either if they're using him as a sub or one of the all games when they bring him in. I mean, I used to wonder what when they bought him, and I thought it was going to actually play him a little bit more, but not really. But yeah, so it is what it is, and again, people have to understand that this is a Premier League. Stuff happens. Anything can happen in a game. Just
Mhm.
because you're on the top don't mean you guarantee a win against the guy at the bottom of the table. So that's what's up, man.
Yeah, there's quality running through everything in England. That's why we watch it. That's why we're here talking about it because
Exactly.
yeah, there's quality. So if you're not on your game on the day, somebody's gonna beat you, and that's what happened to them. But it makes things very interesting at the top. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah.
they're in the running to if they even in
Uh,
the running now
let me see that real quick.
uh to win
I
the
know
league.
the
But
top
let
of the
me
table is pretty crowded too, though.
yeah, you were let me read some of the scores, and then you
Go ahead.
can go ahead and tell us who's top, who's bottom. Uh some of the other games we didn't review where West Ham beat West Brom 2-1. Um, let me see. City beat Aston Villa 2-0. Obviously, we talk about the Burnley. Man United won 2-1 away to Fulham. Liverpool and United played to a 0-0 draw. There's nothing to talk about. Leicester beat Southampton 2-0 before they dispatched Chelsea. Brighton unexpectedly beat Leeds 1-0 away. Chelsea, before this game we review, uh, beat Fulham, beat 10 men Fulham 1-0, very uninspiring win. Spurs won away to Sheffield 3-1, and West Brom unexpectedly beat Wolves 3-2, which was a really good game. West Ham beat Burnley 1-0. That was those were some games. So just let us know how the top of that table and the bottom look right now.
Speaking of Chelsea, they really surprised me this year. They are struggling.
They're
I don't know
terrible.
what's going on. Yeah,
Well,
they,
sometimes you see them play, they're good, but they still don't win.
yeah, they just I don't know what's going on with them. But we got the Devils, the people in the hell side of Manchester. They're sitting on the top of the table, 40 points, and then right below them is the babies on the other baby side of Manchester, the blue wearing people. with 2 points behind and sitting at 38. So that's how you look at it. And then after that, you got Leicester also at 38. So the only thing is there's the goal difference. I think 4 goal difference between Leicester and City.
Mm.
And then Liverpool is 4 points below them at 34, sitting in the fourth spot. Followed by Spurs and then Everton. But if you go back, we sitting Arsenal is at 10, Chelsea is at 8.
We don't talk
If
about
you,
people at 10.
I gotta talk about that, man. But at the bottom of the table though, like we're talking, Sheffield United is sitting at 20th, which is a
with,
surprise for
with,
me.
with 4 points, right?
5
Oh, wow. They got
yeah,
another draw from somewhere.
somewhere, yeah. And then they and that ages ago though, they won a game that out of the last 5, they won one and lost 4. Um, right above them is what's their name? West Brom with 11 points, and then Fulham running up the bottom 3 with 12 points. So
I think that's going to be it. I think the three of them going to
I
actually
think
go
so.
down. I think so. I don't think that
Yeah,
bottom
because the
three.
gap between 12 and the 18 and the 17 team is about 5 points.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to
Yeah,
change much. I said somebody goes on a run. Maybe West Brom might do something similar like that. Might get some wins here and there at some point,
maybe
but I
he
don't
need a
really.
he need a step up though, because they only won one. They won one in the last 5 and drew one and lost 3. So they're still not on the path to make that jump yet. So let's see what happens.
All right, so I'll go ahead and read the scores for not the scores, but the predictions. Let's do our predictions. We got one Premier League game tomorrow, and then as of Tuesday, we got a whole bunch of games from between Tuesday, Wednesday, and yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday. So get ready, quick fire. Give me your predictions. Aston Villa at home to Newcastle tomorrow. Who
Ashton Villa beat Newcastle. I gave them, let's say, about 2-0.
I'll get them 1-0 to Aston Villa. Then I will go back on Tuesday morning. The first game is also Newcastle at home to Leeds. The last time
Leeds,
these teams met, it was a crazy game.
yeah, I want to give the edge to Leeds on this one. I go with a 1-0.
Now I'm going with Newcastle, 2-1 to Newcastle. I
Mm-hmm.
think they suffer a lot. I think they're gonna stop it against Leeds.
All right.
Okay. Uh Crystal Palace at home to West Ham.
Crystal Palace and West Ham. I'm going with the Hammers. 3-1.
Oh wow, that's an impressive score. I'm going 0-0.
Hmm.
0-0 for that game. Uh Arsenal away to Southampton.
I'm going with the Gunners. I think the last time we played them, we drew and we had a red card.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a different game. I am going with a 2-0 win to Arsenal.
Yeah, well, I think we got a few players back. I don't know how they're playing, but 2-1 to Arsenal. And then West Brom at home to Manchester City.
City is going to be West Brom.
Yeah,
I'm going. I think same team might score a goal, so I'm going to go with a 3-1.
it's going to be 3-0, man. Chelsea at home to Wolves.
Chelsea Wolves. Chelsea is really on something else, so I don't really no confidence there for me. I'm gonna go with Wolves with a 2-0.
You think Wolves are
So
going to beat Chelsea at
I
home
think
to
I think
2-0?
Wolves is gonna beat Chelsea at home. I'm sticking with my score line.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to Chelsea to regain confidence 2-1. Burnley at home to Aston Villa.
Burnley and Villa. I'm going to go with Villa. Villa will want to remain in the title fight, so I think they're going to recover against Burnley. And I don't think Sean Dyche is going to have anybody to beat up in the tunnel. So let's go with a 2-0 win to Aston Villa.
Nah, I think it's gonna be 1-1. I think they'll be confident from the last game. Uh, and then on Wednesday, Brighton at home to Fulham. Two very
Brighton is going to beat Fulham. I'm going to go with 2-1 victory to Brighton.
yeah, I'll go with you. 2-1 victory. Manchester United at home to Sheffield United. Who you got?
United is on form. Stuff is clicking for Ole Ole.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give this one to United. I'm gonna go with 3-0.
Yeah, Sheffield is rubbish and United are on form. 3-1. Everton, that's a good game. Everton at home to Leicester City.
Leicester is playing some good football. Brendan Rodgers got his team drilled.
Mm.
Um, playing some fast-paced ball.
That's
So
the man I'm recommending for the next Chelsea manager, by the way.
uh,
They're always trying to go to Europe. They're disrespecting Brendan. By the way, Kolo Toure got
the
his
license.
his license
That's
today. His top European
not
coaching
bad.
certificate level 5.
That's good.
I don't know if that's the top, to be honest, but I'm guessing because it
He
made the
got
news.
something.
Yeah.
He's on
So
his way to coaching something or somebody.
yeah, he's been an assistant coach for at least 4 or 5 years now. But would they give
That's good,
them?
man.
Would the man give our African brother a chance? A
Yeah,
coaching,
he will get a chance at one of these little teams. I think
why
maybe.
not a big team? Ateta can get
Nah,
Arsenal, Lampard can get Chelsea. Why
but
can Kolo
no,
get
Colo
a
has
big
to.
thing?
But Lampard coached Derby first, though.
Oh
The
yeah,
only
that's
person
true.
who probably didn't, the only person who didn't coach a team and we gave them a job is Arteta. We seen the result. So
Don't
um,
be dissing the man. Ateta came in and
I still
gave
have
us a trophy.
let
You will put some respect on our body.
that
Anyway,
man
who
came.
you got?
He came in the back end or Unai Emery success, man. Say something.
Ona and success don't go in the same story when it comes to Arsenal.
I'm going as a Villarreal fan, but I got for that game. I'm going with Leicester. I think Leicester is going to beat them. I'm going with like a 2-1 scoreline.
I'm going 2-1 to Everton. I think Awobi and James will do something.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. And then final game of the round. It should be a spectacle, I hope. Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur at home to Liverpool. Liverpool after being spanked by Burnley. What do you think? Jose with his anti-football versus Brendan and his non-scoring forwards.
You mean, hold up, you're talking about Klopp?
Yeah, Klopp.
He said Brendan.
Sorry, he was Liverpool manager, but I got it wrong this time.
But anyway, this is an interesting game, to be honest, Jerry. I really don't know who's going to win this game. Man, I'm going with a draw.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a boring or 0-0. I don't think Jose is gonna want to lose, and Liverpool not really firing right now. So I don't know if they lose this game. If Liverpool lose this game, they can forget about the title. I think right now they can forget about it anyway. Anyway, that's all I got, dude. That is it. You got anything to say before we wrap up?
No, that's just looking forward to some good games next week, and come back with some exciting reviews. That's all.
All right, try to sleep early. Arsenal got a game at 7:15 tomorrow.
Man.
If you go to bed early, you make it, man.
All right, man.
All right. Talk to you guys next week.
To everybody out there.
All right.